Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to the channel. My name is Rivka, and we are continuing on our amazing journey of the spirit wheel. And we are looking at the different amazing tokens and information that is available in the toolkit. So today we are talking about the token of the kangaroo. The kangaroo represents flexibility, elasticity, and the ability to be alert without tension. The kangaroo carries in his pouch the medicine bag. So it represents the carrying of the medicine that's available in our world, as in plants and minerals and all that sort of stuff. The usage for the kangaroo energy is when there is tightness, there's a muscle or tender joint problems. It can restore elasticity and strength, can be used both in spiritual and physical, because you have to remember that a lot of the tension that we have is mental tension that then influence, of course, our body, or emotional tension that influence our body. Although we might sort of initiate a shift, it's usually if you're working on someone else, it's the other person that initiates which to use. It doesn't actually come from the healer if you're using it to help someone else. As the healing begin, and it's like the kangaroo must be something that you concentrate on, because it has, because of that flexibility thing, it has if you don't concentrate on that particular issue that you've got, we tend to sort of not pay attention. So we need to be quite focused when we work with that sort of issue. Now, when you're talking about plants, particularly the plants that are available for us are, there's a huge variety, and we have to remember that what's good for one person is not necessarily good for another, even though they might suffer from the same thing, or at least it look like they're suffering from the same thing. So if someone is suffering from let's even say a twist ankle, and there's a whole heap of stuff that connects to that moment where a person twisted his ankle. They're both, there's two people and they both have a twist ankle, but it could be that the extra mineral or vitamins or plants that will help that person could be different for each one. One, it could be a very emotional stuff, and for another it's really purely physical, and for another it could be the tension in their body is so strong that they can't initiate the healing process from being so tight. It is really, really good if you can, to help yourself in the beginning, to use a pendulum or muscle testing, or finding a way where you get a sort of extra information, unless you already got to a point where you can really just close your eyes out with the eyes open, ask the question, and you receive the answer, which we all do, but we don't always able to hear it or feel it or know it. So it's good to be able to use tools if you need them. So a pendulum for some, a muscle testing for another, a body pendulum is also really good. There's a way of using runes or cards, or there's a lot of different ways to help us choose what we need to be at help. And with the kangaroo, this is really, really important, because it's involving medicine of some sort. You have to remember also that mostly what we need is close by. If you live in an apartment building, then maybe it's not as easy, and then you have to think about what have you got in the kitchen, and we will get to a point in our learning that we'll talk about all the different herbs that are in the kitchen that can be used as medicine. But if you do have a garden, or if you live in a place where there's plants around, you'll probably find that that plant that is the best for you, you're actually looking at it. It's quite amazing. Sometimes the only way you get near plants and stuff is when you go to the markets. Well, it'll be the same thing. Somebody will have something there that is exactly what you need if we're looking at plants. Now, many times we are not in that position, and then the pendulum or the muscle testing or whatever it is you're using will help you choose the herbs, and then you'll have to find it from somewhere. But just that, to remember that many times it's right beside us. Also have to be remembering that when you do pick plants, to be aware not to pick them from a side of the road or a place that could be polluted. Like, pay attention what's around the area before you pick wild plants. The kangaroo, or the token of the kangaroo, is connected to the heart, and it also connects to the liver. There's a flexibility. We said flexibility and understanding are a very strong part of it. Now, if you look at that little picture that we're looking at, you'll see that from the kangaroo, like a kangaroo can work in a triangle with the human and the wave. It can also work with the dolphin and the spirit. It can also work with the fish and the bird. It can also work with the dingo and the snake. So that it forms triangles of energies that work really, really well together. Really, really well together. Not really, really. Sorry about that. Okay. So that's a little bit about our kangaroo, and as usual, I'll try and leave something in the posts there. There's also exercises to do with the kangaroo, but I will do what I've done last time, and after we learn the next three tokens, I will then leave the exercise for all three together. Right. So today we're talking about a meditation with a plant. We are trying to get to a point where we are able to not just always to try and read what somebody else said about what a plant is good for, or what do I need it or not, but actually teach ourselves how to hear, feel, sense, know if a plant is good for us. Is it something that we should eat? Is it something we should drink? Does it have something to tell us? So this little meditation is really, really, yes, useful. Okay. So as usual, we take a few deep breaths. I want to make sure that you've got a piece of paper and a pen ready to write what you feel or what you think. And I want you to find a plant, any plant, and hold it in your hand. Remember, this time is really to try and make a contact, make connection. So it can be anything. It can be a plant that you've got in your house, or it can be something that you just go outside and pick. It can be a grass. It's really nice to do it with some sort of flower. They're very talkative and they're a little bit more open. Or a branch of a tree. They also have that. Anyway, so you're going to sit with a pen and paper in front of you, and you are going to try and have a few breaths, and then you're going to make contact with the soil through your feet. And then you're going to try and make contact around you through your body and your head. So you're trying to connect to your environment. You hold the plant in your hand, and as you start breathing, for 3 or 4 times, you breathe 3 counts or 4 counts in and out. Try and make sure that your lungs are really empty before you take the next breath. So you're doing it slowly and you're conscious of your breath. Each time while you do a cycle of breathing, try and relax a little bit more. Imagine that you're dissolving into that plant in your hand, becoming that plant. You don't need to worry if you don't exactly know what the plant looks like as a tree or is it a bush. You might just be holding a flower that you got, or a branch that you picked from somewhere, but you actually don't know the whole thing. It doesn't really matter. What you want is just to feel and let it see what it tells you. Your roots are in the ground as you become a plant. Your leaves are open and they're moist, and you might have flowers sprouting. Try and let any sensation in your body registered. You may feel or hear or see in your mind eye many different sensations. Try and remember them. No tension. Relax. Let go. After 5 or 10 minutes, start breathing deeply again, as in the beginning. Except when you breathe out, separate yourself slowly from the plant, thanking it for the knowledge it had shared with you. As you open your eyes, try to take a pen and paper and record every feeling, image, sensation. Try and remember it. After finishing, write it down. Then go back, feel your feet in the ground, feel your body, your mind, your soul in the present time. Now, sit and relax with a cup of tea and look at what you've been writing. See what it is and see if you can make sense of it. Now, you might have to do it a few times. It's not as easy as just listening to your own breath or your own higher self. This is trying to connect to a being, to an energy that is different than yours. A plant, although we are made of the same minerals and we both need water and air and all that, we're different. And so the connection is a little bit different. But with a little bit of exercise, a little bit of trying, a few different times of doing this, you will find that you can connect and that you start getting information and different messages from a plant. And also try different plants. See if you did this holding a tree. A branch is different to holding a flower or holding a leaf or holding a whole pot plant in your hand. Yeah. Okay, guys. I hope this is enjoyable. This is another little step in our journey. I will put those pieces of paper that I told you about in the posts so you can refer to them. I wish you a very, very nice weekend and a relaxing time. I wish for you that you can connect with your environment and continue with that journey and understand that there are changes happening in the world, but all is well as long as you keep developing your awareness, opening up your mind, understanding that we are not alone here. There's so much more around us, and that there's no one really in charge in this earth place. We are in charge. It's okay. We can do it, particularly if we get together. Lots of love to you guys. Bye.